right, h is defined as this function. Okay, well, let's read this function carefully. 4f of x plus 1/2 x squared. Oh, wait a minute, f? So our function has another function inside of it. This is kind of a composite function in a sense. It is a composite function. And the graph of f is given below. Write the equation of the line tangent to h of x at x equals 1. Explain why there's no line tangent to h of x at x equals 2. Okay, this last sentence is a completely different question. We'll deal with it later. Okay? But let's just start by working through this, and we'll deal with the very last sentence later. So they told us h, and the graph of f is given below. Write the equation of the line tangent to h, not f, h, at x equals 1. So we are going to be writing, well, a bunch of stuff. Let's stick with the same color scheme. Stick with the same one we did last time. There we go. And this is going to happen at x equals 1. Again, that last sentence is something completely different. So x minus 1. And so here we go. I want to know the y value associated with the x value of 1. Here we go. Let's do this. H of 1 is 4f of 1 plus 1/2 times 1 squared. Okay, well, here we go. 4f of 1. Oh, we have a graph. We can use that. So f of 1 is there. And there is 1/2. So we're at 4 times 1/2 plus 1/2 times 1 squared. So that'd be a half. Mixing my fractions and decimals here, but we'll be okay. 4 times 1/2 is going to give me 4 to 6. 6 plus a half, that's going to give me 6.5. Okay. Minus 6.5. And then I need my slope. Oh, well, now things get a little tricky, don't they? So h prime of 1. Well, let's just find the slope of let's find the derivative first. H prime of x is equal to, well, let's take the derivative of all this. So 4f prime plus, okay, 1/2 times 2 would be 1, and then subtract 1 from 2, so 1x. Easy enough. So I want to know the slope of h. Well, what's h look like? I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. This is part of it, but then there's more built around it. Okay, so sometimes we don't have a visual. But I need to know the slope of h at 1. So I'm going to go 4f prime of 1 plus 1. Okay, so 4 times something plus 1, which will give me something, and that's going to go right here. And then we'll go from there. So let's see. F prime of 1. I need to know the value. Well, it's not 1.5. Okay, I'll tell you that. Not necessarily, because that'd be the y value associated with a 1. I need the slope of f. Okay, well, what's the slope of this little line right here where x equals 1 is? The slope of this would be down 1 over 2. So the slope of that is down 1 over 2. That'd be 1/2, negative 1/2. So let's call that a negative 1. So negative 1/2. 4 times negative 1/2, that'd be negative 2. Negative 2 plus 1 would be negative 1. There we go. We have found our slope. It took us a minute, but we found our slope. And there it is. And in the process of doing so, we had to deal with this piece, which led us to another piece. Okay, so there was this part that was built into the other part. And then we can stop here. This is totally okay to stop here. If you want to keep going, you can. I'm going to call it negative x. Let's see, positive 1, and then we'll add 6.5, and that'll give me 7.5. Negative 1x plus 7.5. And that brings us to the end of this one. However, we still have that one last sentence that we haven't answered yet, and we'll do that in purple. Explain why there is no line tangent to h at x equals 2. Okay, now let me give you the answer. If I wanted to find the equation of a line tangent to h at x equals 2, then I would need to find not only the value of h at 2, which is completely doable, but I would also need to find the value of the derivative of h at 2, which involves, I'm not going to write all this down word for word, which involves finding the slope of f at 2, so I could figure out the slope of h at 2, and the slope of f at 2 is undefined. Okay, I'm going to say all that again. Not all of it, just the relevant parts. In order to find the equation of a line tangent to h at 2, I need to know the slope here. F is not differentiable at 2. Therefore, h is not differentiable at 2. That's what I'm going to write. F is not differentiable at x equals 2. And therefore, and here's our 3 dots again. Therefore, I'm bothered that a 2-syllable word has 3 dots that represent it, but whatever. Therefore, h is not differentiable at x equals 2. And that's why. That's the reason why. Because we don't have the slope at that specific point, we can't find the equation of a line that's tangent to it.